Good morning, everyone. We meet once again. Today is the Monday of 14th of October. We've seen a lot of action happening during the weekend. I'm not sure why most of the action happens during the weekend, and especially regarding the geopolitical tension. Despite all that, what we've noticed since last week till now is that the dollar index is still maintaining almost the same level. So if you look at the dollar index at the moment, it's trading around 102.98. 102.98, we discussed that the dollar got stronger and bounced back from 100 last week. And we said that we might see some corrections from these levels, but just in case we have some more details about the intervention of the Federal Reserve. Now, what we've noticed is that this week, there's a lot of uncertainty. The candles open and closed almost at the same price. Only one day we've seen a big hike, which was the last Wednesday. The US data or the market data that came out wasn't so good. Not all of it, at least, was so good. The PPI was negative. The core PPI is the same thing. If we take a look at the unemployment claims, 258,000 versus 238 expected, and the previous number is 225. The core CPI came same as last month, but higher than expected. Okay, that's the only positive thing that I've noticed in last week market data. Now, for this week, we have a couple of things that we need to focus on and keep in our mind. So what we have is for the GBP, we have a couple of news. We have at 10 a.m. tomorrow, the count change, the claimant count change. We have for Euro, the refinancing rate. It's going to be on Thursday. And then we have the core retail sales, unemployment claims at 4:30 p.m. Dubai time on Thursday as well. That's for the US. So these are the main news. And then we have the retail sales on Friday for the GBP. Keep in mind that some of the banks are closed on bank holiday today. We have Japan, Canada, and the US. They are closed for today. We have in the US Columbus Day, and the rest of the world, we have Thanksgiving Day as well. So despite all of these, let's talk a little bit about the technical points and how can we benefit this week? What are the main things that we need to take a look at and benefit from? Euro dollar kept going down despite the moving averages. We were able to break the moving average 100 in the past 4 days. So last week we broke that and we traded. I already gave you the level. We touched the 109 level, and then we didn't reach the 108.76. That's regarding the euro dollar. The correction that we've done, now we are trading below the trend line up. So basically the trend line changed in this pair. So you need to be careful. Do not, for the buyers, wait for the right opportunity until we reach a certain level where you are sure it's going to bounce back from that. If we put FIBO on the chart, we're going to notice that we still trading between the 50 and 61.8 on the last wave since 21 June or 26 June. So actually July, not June. May, juin, juillet, June, since 21 June. So keep that in mind. We are in an area where usually it gets supported from traders, retail and institutional. So let's just wait and see. Dollar yen, if you look at the chart, you're going to notice that the bounce back keeps going up with the dollar strength. The major bounce back or the major move up was 2 weeks back. Today is a new week. We are still trading within the 2 moving averages. We are near the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. If we take the daily chart, we are near the 100 moving average. And we are maintaining the level below 149.60 until now. We have the 150 as a resistance currently in the market. And then after that, we're going to see 150.80. So 150.80 and 150 are the resistance at the moment for the dollar yen. Keep that in mind for the ones that would like to trade dollar yen. You can benefit from it. Now, let's talk a little bit about silver, gold, and oil. We've noticed that despite the geopolitical tension and all the craziness that's been happening in the Middle East, and that is not affecting in the best way or in the expected way gold and silver. We can see that gold has been going up for the past 3-4 days. Okay, fine, including today as well. Definitely after the weekend and all the geopolitical tension, we've seen a little bit a hike up. We still did not break the previous high on gold, which is 2,685 or 86. We're trading in a range. So this is a sideways range, consolidating on gold. The major trend is still up. We did not change the trend yet. Keep that in mind. We are above the cloud of Ichimoku. We're trading above the moving averages as well. So this is positive for the gold. But again and again, we keep on reminding, when the price is too expensive, be careful. Do not buy at the top because the risk-reward ratio is against you. So basically, you are risking much more than your reward. If you want to buy, always buy from a support level so you can be able to push the market up afterwards. Now we're trading at 2,663. The support for gold, or the trend support for gold, is going to be the level of 43 or 44, 2,643 or 44. Parabolic SAR as well as became positive today. So let's wait and see how the week is going to look like. But in my opinion, the trend is still up until we break the previous high. This is where the buyers will feel a little bit more comfortable. Keep in mind, we are waiting and to see if Israel is going to strike back within this week or not. We can see as well that from Lebanon, Hezbollah already hit Israel a couple of times. So there's a lot of action, and all of that. We should see gold in a much higher places, but we're not seeing it at the moment. Regarding silver as well has been going up for the past couple of days, but still we couldn't even get near the levels of the high. We couldn't get near or break the 33 level. We are trading at 31.5 at the moment. The break of 31.75 or the close above 75 would be positive for silver and leading us all the way to 32.25, and then after that to the 33 level. Now, what's important here, one of the things that I've discussed many times regarding last week or the week before that is US oil. US oil bounced back from the levels that I mentioned over and over, 65 and 67 and 68. There are a lot of buyers at these levels, so they pushed the market up, and we've noticed that US oil went all the way up till almost 79, so we reached 78, 75 at these levels, and then now we're doing a small correction on the weekly chart. But even though with the correction that we're having, and we are still trading within the two moving averages on the daily chart, oil is still trending on the short term. Keep in mind, on the short term, it's still trending up. On the long term, if we look at the weekly chart, it's still trending down. So short term, trending up. Long term, it's trending down. Why is it trending down? Because despite that Goldman Sachs already updated the growth for China from, I think the numbers were 4.6 to 4.9 this year, and next year 4.7 as far as I remember. So despite that, the market is still pricing an average of 4.6, 4.7. So even though they said that the market's going to continue or the growth is going to become better, they changed it to a more positive way. The market is still not convinced 100%, and oil is pricing that exactly. So we can feel that the market's gonna, the world is gonna slow down in the growth, and this is why oil is under pressure at the moment. I believe that this is not gonna remain like that for a long time. It will eventually change. So let me wrap it up and talk a little bit more about Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq, because as we can see, we have a new high on Dow Jones. So every week we talk about a new high, or almost every week we talk about a new high. 3 weeks back, we had a new high. The week before it, 4 weeks back, 5 weeks back, always we have a new high on Dow Jones. Nasdaq, we still didn't reach any new high until now. Keep in mind that the high for Nasdaq, or the previous high, is 20,729. Now we are trading at 20,285, but the trend is obviously up, and the market is pricing and is being positive. Keep in mind as well, sorry. Keep in mind as well that the infrastructure that the US has is where basically most of the investments will go between end of this year and next year at the same time. There's a lot of talks about the mainland investment as well in China, that it's going to attract a lot of money flow that we're going to see in 2025. Everyone is being prepared to ride this rally and take advantage of this market. So that's it for this week. I hope you trade safe. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. I'll see you next week, inshallah.